as unlikely as it is for these two series to pretty much get anything beyond like a stage, music, assist trophies, characters, stickers, whatever the heck else, I want to talk about these characters. I think it'd be fun to talk about these characters and what a potential character moveset could be from Wave Race and 1080 Snowboarding. And welcome back, everyone. My name is Sniping is Fun, and I welcome you all back to this next character in this long-running series on various newcomer ideas for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, for the Super Smash Bros. Series in general. And this time on character 148 on the road to 150, we are almost done. I'm going to be talking about the out-of-nowhere choice character I want to pretty much mention on this list that out of Nintendo choices is probably one of the least likely ones to get a character, at least in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Maybe in a future Smash Bros. Game, if these two series get revived, Nintendo is going to be Ricky Winterborn from both the Wave Race and 1080 Snowboarding series. Now, without further ado, let's get this series started. 3 separate categories. Why does the character make sense for Smash Bros? Moveset ideas, and percentage chance to see Mexican in the game. Now, why represent Wave Race or 1080 as anything other than like a stage to play in Smash Bros, or music to include in Smash Bros, or an assist trophy, or trophies, or stickers, or items, or whatever the heck else? Why represent them with characters? Well, first and foremost, they're both classic Nintendo franchises. They've been around since early Nintendo, even despite them not having games from Nintendo for the last couple generations. They're both classics. Wave Race started on like the Game Boy, the original Game Boy. People think the N64 game was the original Wave Race, but it was originally on the original Game Boy. It's just called Wave Race. Then Wave Race 64 on the N64, and Wave Race Blue Storm on the GameCube. For 1080 Snowboarding on the N64, and on the GameCube it was 1080 Avalanche. And these two franchises pretty much share the same universe because the likes of Ricky Winterborn and a few other characters for that matter have actually showed up in multiple games. So it's like a shared universe of extreme sports from Nintendo, basically, either in the winter times or the springish summer, go out to the lake and ride your jet skis, like sports. Extreme sports, they pretty much share characters. So these two characters intertwine with each other, even though they're two separate characters, and they've been around for a while, despite them not having games on like the Wii, the Wii U, or the Switch. The last 3 generations, we haven't seen a character from them, but they represent classic, popular Nintendo franchises that Nintendo fans want to see back. Now, not as much as, say, Advance Wars, F-Zero, and frickin' Golden Sun and Sin Punishment and whatnot, but I do see a lot of fans request the return of Wave Race, the return of 1080 Snowboarding. So popular fan demand wants them, fans want the series to come back, and they represent classic Nintendo franchises that represent the olden days of Nintendo, that are series that Nintendo can bring back. So if these series are ever brought back, Nintendo could easily advertise them by having a character in the game. And what better choice than have one single rep that can represent both games? Ricky Winterborn. He is in both. He showed up his first appearance he was in Wave Race, Blue Storm, and 1080 Avalanche. That was the later games, but he was still there. And I think that alone, he's like the shared option that can represent both of them, because he's the most well-known for both of them, too. He's like the cover star on 1080 Avalanche as well. And both series, like I said, are wanted to return, and him including a character in Smash Bros. Can push for it. Or if they do make games come back and bring back Wave Race or 1080 on, say, the Switch, or this new Switch Pro we're hearing about, or the 10th gen system, if the Switch Pro isn't their 10th gen system, or whatever the heck else Nintendo on a future Nintendo system, if they could use that as advertising. So either putting the character in Smash Bros. Can push for the series to come back, or they can bring the series back, and putting the character in Smash Bros. Can be used to advertise the return of those series. Either or, Nintendo wins one, whatever, there you go. And we get an interesting character in Smash Bros. So there you go. Classic franchises, people want to come back. Ricky Winterborn wants, can represent both of them. Moveset ideas. Now, what can you do with a snowboarder or a jet ski rider in the game? Oh, I've thought of some fairly interesting stuff that makes his moveset stand out so well. Now, I do think, first, he's going to have 2 separate costumes. He'll have his snow gear in, that you have in 1080 Avalanche, and then he'll have an updated version of his outfit from Wave Race Blue Storm. Not the exact same outfit, because in Wave Race Blue Storm he was like a little kid, and then he's like a teenager in 1080 Avalanche. So upgrade that outfit to have some ski-doo, jet ski riding, summer lake water outfit, and then his winter snow outfit as an alternate kind of thing. Maybe this will be his main outfit, because I kind of made his moveset a little bit more based off 1080 and Wave Race. But his smash attacks, he is straight up going to whack you upside the head with the frickin' snowboard. His melee-based attacks, his smash attacks, are him attacking you with a snowboard. We don't have anyone in Smash Brothers that wields a snowboard. They have swords, and they have freaking other sorts of weapons and bombs, and their fists, and magic, and demon powers, and guns, and everything. We don't have a snowboard yet. So his smash attacks will all be based around the snowboard, and him doing attacking you with it, smacking you with it, jabbing you with it, just pushing you with it, whatever the heck else, and he can ride it and damage you with it. So basically, if they're at a slant, so like in Mario, how when you do like the butt slide, you can slide down the thing, he can ride it and go right down the thing, and if you're his opponent, he hits you with the snowboard as he's riding down the hill. Or you can kind of shove yourself off on a flat plane and push yourself past opponents and hurt them too. So you either could ride the snowboard and damage opponents, down slams, up slams, even plane, by pushing yourself forward, by magical snow abilities or something. Or you can whack opponents with them and smack them with them, or grab them with the snowboard and push them with the snowboard kind of thing. I think that'd be kind of cool. Now, it's playing liberties with the character because there's no stuff to really base it off because they're racing games, but they've done that with numerous characters. They've taken liberties with them, like, oh, I don't know, Captain Falcon. Now we know Captain Falcon's a bounty hunter, and he has a little laser gun, and he can fight, he has combat abilities, so they made a moveset out of that. But his game series never seen him out of the car, so they took liberties. Sakurai took liberties based off his profession. Outside of being an F-Zero racer, he's a bounty hunter. There you go. So I'm taking liberties with this guy's moveset and giving him an interesting moveset in the process. Smacking you with snowboards, riding snowboards to damage opponents. The special attacks. He's going to throw snowballs at you, so that's going to be his ranged attacks. He's just going to grab a snowball out of the ground, even if it's non-snowy stage. It's just like he grabs a snowball out of like some alternate universe and just throws it at you. Maybe you can grab a couple of them, like, and maybe if you hold it, you grab a couple and you can just throw like 3 or 4 at the same time, maybe. I don't know. You could charge it up. He can drop buoys, so that's this thing for representing Wave Race. He can drop buoys on the stage, and opponents can either bump into him, trip over him, or he could drop them on opponents and damage them. So it's a little small Wave Race representation. He can ride a jet ski, so it's like how Wario rides his motorcycle. He could pull out a jet ski and he just rides, magical waves that just appear behind the jet ski. And he's like this. Here's the stage. He's like this. Vroom, 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 and you can run over opponents. And you can do tricks on it too, which causes more damage. If you do certain maybe button combinations while you're riding it, you'll do little air hops and leg flips and stuff like that. And if you damage opponents with that, maybe it's a multiplier. Maybe it adds more percentages to the damages and makes them stronger. That would be actually kind of cool. And it leaves a little stream of water behind, and that could trip opponents up. It can make a little water trail after he's riding it, and opponents will be like, yeah, whoosh, and then trip. There you go. I know people hate tripping, but it'd be kind of funny if you see that. And that's his special attacks. So smash attacks are a snowboard attack and riding it. His special attacks are throwing, snowballs, dropping buoys, riding his jet ski to damage opponents, doing tricks and whatnot. His final smash, I don't think they've ever done this, but it'd be really kind of cool to have a dual final smash where it's random. If the percentage of it is random, they do the same thing, but one represents 1080 snowboard and one represents Wave Race, and it's either a water storm, like a wave, like typhoon kind of thing, or an avalanche. And you get the Smash Bros. Ricky Winter, where it's like he says some cool lingo or extreme sports, whatever crap he says in the game, and then he just disappears, and he's like, and then here's the stage, and here comes a snow avalanche, and he's riding, he's like, yeah, and the opponent's like, whoa, and they get pushed off the stage, or he will get his jet ski, he's like, whoa, and he's riding his jet ski around, and the water's like, no, and the opponents get blown off the stage. So whatever it is, it pushes. If it comes from this side, it'll be an avalanche. If it comes from this side, it will be a water storm, wave storm, typhoon, wave, crazy stuff, and it blows opponents back, and they get damaged while they get hit by it, and the more damaged they are, the more it pushes them back, where you can get pushed off the freaking stage. Now that would be kind of cool. Percentage chance I can see him getting in. As much as I've been pushing him this entire video, he is pretty much the most Black Horse, out of nowhere, little likely character I think I've had on my entire list. as much as I would like to see these series come back, I doubt they're ever going to get a character in Smash Bros. Unless they receive enough amount of popularity to really majorly push them. They come back on a Switch or a future Nintendo system. But he is pretty much like the least likely character I think I could ever see in Smash Bros. At this point. I think the series is more suited for a stage and music and whatnot. 5%. Very, very sadly unlikely. And I would love to see a character get. I love the series come back, but us ever getting a Smash Bros. Character, at least in this current stage in Ultimate, is very, very unlikely. And other Nintendo franchises that haven't gotten to Smash Bros. Like Golden Sun and Sin and Punishment and Advance Wars and anything else, Excite Bike, all deserve a character technically and have more popularity in history to have a character more so than, and potential moveset stuff, than Wave Race and Tenki. Sad to say. So yeah, I'd like to see him in there, but it's not very likely. So sorry, Ricky Winterborn! Woo! Okay. Put in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys want to see Wave Race and 1080 get a character in Smash Brothers? And if so, is Ricky Winterborn the best choice because he represents both, or do you want to pick someone else that represents only Wave Race or only 1080? Or do you just want to see some other Nintendo characters get in? My reasons make sense. My moveset sound interesting. Is 5% way too low, or do you think it should be a little higher? Put in the comments down below. Discuss it down there. We have 2 characters left, and when I return for character 149, I'm going to be talking about a set of characters that are coming up, that are going to basically be from an upcoming Nintendo Switch game. And that's going to be the duo brother-sister police officer stuff from Astro Chains. See y'all later. Bye.